we know about this F-15 that was hit by Iranian fire. Likely that's what the most likely reason that this aircraft went down, and taking these 2 U.S. airmen down with it. But during
We want to start, though, with Courtney Kuba to break down what we're learning from the Pentagon. Courtney, I understand that you have new reporting that Iran shot down a second aircraft. This is actually remarkable how this is unfolding. So we know about this F-15. That was hit by Iranian fire, taking these 2 U.S. airmen down with it. Analysis. Courtney Kuba opens with the stark phrase, Iran shot down a second aircraft, immediately framing the event as escalating. The repeated remarkable how this is unfolding underscores the shock value while spotlighting the F-15 and Iranian fire as the direct cause of 2 U.S. airmen going down. This segment sets the tone of surprise and urgency right at the start of wartime reporting. Takeaway: even a single confirmed hit by Iranian fire can instantly shift a conflict from planned strikes to emergency search and rescue mode. What will Iran's next move be after downing that F-15?
In the search and rescue efforts, we've now learned that at least 3 U.S. aircraft were also struck by Iranian fire as they were trying to search for that downed F-15 and those missing airmen. That includes an A-10 Warthog. It's a close air support. That's our F-15. That's one of the aircraft that went down. An A-10 it generally will fly low. It was part of the search and rescue effort. It was hit by some sort of Iranian fire. It was able to make it into friendly airspace in Kuwait, where the pilot ejected and the A-10 crashed. But yes, that's not it. There were also 2 U.S. Blackhawk helicopters that were hit by fire. In the case of those, there were some service members who were injured. They are all safe, we are told, according to U.S. officials. But it's a remarkable turn of events that during the course of the search for this F-15, there have now been 3 other U.S. military aircraft that have been hit by it. It does underscore just how dangerous the search and rescue mission is, Yasmin.
But during the search and rescue efforts, we've now learned that at least 3 U.S. aircraft were also struck by Iranian fire. That includes an A-10 Warthog, 2 U.S. Blackhawk helicopters that were hit by fire. There were some service members who were injured. They are all safe, we are told. Analysis. Kuba highlights how the rescue itself became a target. The words search and rescue efforts and 3 U.S. aircraft were also struck by Iranian fire reveal a cascading disaster. Specific mentions of the A-10 Warthog, flying low, and the Blackhawk helicopters show the extreme danger even support aircraft faced. The relief that they are all safe contrasts sharply with the ongoing crisis. Takeaway: attempting rescue under active Iranian fire can multiply losses faster than the original strike. Follow for more real-time conflict breakdowns. Hit that follow button.
Very active search. It's obviously dark in Iran by now with the time there. But officials tell us that they are actively searching. This is a huge undertaking. It is very urgent, Yasmin. There is real concern that Iranian officials could find this individual before the U.S. military is able to. They have their search and rescue teams, their combat search and rescue teams, and then they also have personnel recovery teams who were moved into the area in advance of this war beginning, and they are searching urgently.
So it's still an ongoing and very active search. Officials tell U.S. that they are actively searching. There is real concern that Iranian officials could find this individual before the U.S. military is able to combat search and rescue teams. Analysis. The anchor and Kuba emphasize ongoing and very active search and very urgent, painting a high-stakes race. The phrase Iranian officials could find this individual before the U.S. military injects immediate tension, while combat search and rescue teams and personnel recovery teams show the full force being deployed in the dark over Iran. Takeaway: in modern warfare, the window between a pilot going down and being captured can close in hours. Speed is everything. Who do you think will reach the missing pilot first?
unprecedented, but it's very unorthodox for the U.S. to be in a war and for the Secretary of Defense to fire a four-star general, in this case, a member of the Joint Chiefs, the Army Chief of Staff, General Randy George, was fired. And what's really remarkable is that all the officials we spoke with say it has absolutely nothing to do with the ongoing conflict. And instead, it is, as you said, this old grudge that the Secretary has not only against General George because he served under Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin in the previous administration, but also it is because he has a continuing feud with the Army Secretary Dan Driscoll. And so this is one way that the Secretary of Defense can get after the Secretary of the Army, Dan Driscoll. It's remarkable. And honestly, Yaz, the reason that this is so unorthodox is because when you have a major shakeup in the military during a time of war, it signals to an enemy a chaos or an instability or some kind of a problem in the military, and that's simply not what you want to be conveying when you're at war.
So, of course, it's kind of a split-screen moment, right? You have a lot of upheaval within the ranks of the Army. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth fired the Army Chief of Staff. More firings. Analysis. The anchor uses the exact words, split-screen moment, to pivot from battlefield chaos to Pentagon drama. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth fired the Army Chief of Staff, and more firings signal internal instability at the worst possible time, linking two explosive stories in one breath. Takeaway. A nation at war cannot afford to look divided. Yet firings during active combat send exactly that message. Follow for more real-time conflict breakdowns. Hit that follow button.
That the Secretary of Defense is reaching down into personnel issues. Now, this is a four-star. The Secretary of Defense would generally be involved in that. But it's not just this. He is also going to the promotion and appointment lists of one-star generals and admirals and taking people's names off the list. It is the personnel situation at the Pentagon is unlike anything that we've ever seen, Yasmin.
Why now, Courtney? The Secretary of Defense is reaching down into personnel issues, taking people's names off the list. Promotion and appointment lists of one-star generals and admirals. Analysis. The anchor's question, why now, captures the mystery, while Kuba reveals the Secretary is reaching down into personnel issues and personally altering promotion and appointment lists of even one-star officers. The phrase reaching down illustrates unprecedented micromanagement at a critical hour. Takeaway. When the Secretary of Defense starts scrubbing promotion lists during active combat, it reveals priorities that go far beyond battlefield needs. What's your biggest worry about these military shakeups right now? Follow for more real-time conflict breakdowns. Hit that follow button and never miss an update.